This is the
Pop
Culture Outlet.
Welcome
go.
back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, we were gone last week, but we're here with a banger. We're starting off a new retrospective and breakdown series today.
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Even also check out our TikToks. We're doing some shorts on that.
Yes.
Why don't you shout out the handle, Ethan?
Yeah, at the with 2 E's Pop Culture Outlet. So go check it out.
Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
Check it out.
And our Insta too. So yeah.
You know, so what are we kind of doing a deep dive on, Ethan, again?
Today we're starting our deep dive on Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Let's go. In the
Specifically,
first
the first one.
First
right?
movie,
The
the
first
Sorcerer's
movie
Stone.
and the first book.
Or the Philosopher's Stone. if you
Or the
want.
Philosopher's
That was
Stone.
technically the book.
Yeah. So we'll end the movie in the East, but for America and America only, it's the Sorcerer's Stone.
Interesting. I didn't
That's
know
really
that.
cool.
Yeah. So anywhere else
today
is
years old.
Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, literally just found out. Wow.
But it came out, the movie, in 2001, directed by Chris Columbus, who actually, he has his name on a lot of things, but he only directed the first 2 movies, I believe, and then passed it on to Alfonso Cuarón for the 3rd movie.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
A brief stint, but very, very catalyst
Yeah.
for the whole franchise.
As a franchise, they've had 4 separate directors, and the last one directing the last 4 movies.
And one thing, really good thing to note was I believe the second movie was all the music was produced by John Williams.
That's
Wow.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
He's been a reoccurring, kind of topic on the pod.
Of
on
course.
our last
That's
Star
just
Wars
because he's so
episode.
relevant.
Yeah.
Shout out John Williams. Yep.
He's the GOAT.
Let us know if you want to do maybe a Jurassic Park deep dive series breakdown in the future. That could be
Yes.
cool.
What's the best dinosaur?
But for some context, Harry Potter is about a kid who gets enveloped in this magic world. It is based off a book series written by J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling.
And the first book, The Philosopher's Stone, came out September 1st of 1998. So
Okay.
the first movie ended up coming out, 4 years after? So that's how much of
Yeah.
a chokehold that her books really had.
Wow. So like it really blew up
Yeah,
instantaneously.
It really
Wow.
did. Like
I didn't know
people
that.
were like,
No, same.
"Whoa, this book can be used as a script," and they immediately got on that.
Because like I guess she did write. Like I've read all the books myself multiple times as
Same,
a child, and I would have to say like after the third read, it does sound like a script. At least the first
Right?
couple books. Yeah.
And what's funny is there was a book that got produced and made after the original 7 books. Apologize. And it's called The Cursed Child. I'm blanking on the writers of the book, but the whole book is essentially a stage play. And like if you were to read it, you'll see like the whole book is styled exactly how a stage play would be styled out. It's
I
kind of
mean,
weird.
this is such
That
a
was
big
cool.
franchise.
Oh, like the lines and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
This
go
is
ahead.
such a big franchise. They made sequels, didn't they? What were they called?
Yeah, the Fantastic Beasts.
That's correct, yeah.
Based off of Newt Scamander, one of the writers of. Literally, this is how deep they go into the later series. So the main character of the Fantastic Beasts movies is Newt Scamander. Basically, he's an author of a book that Harry and his classmates read in the main series. That's how they create this whole world. That's this main character is Newt Scamander. Fantastic Beasts movies, they kind of lost me in my opinion. Same with The Cursed Child, not a movie, but it's
And
just,
there was a couple of them, right? Fantastic Beasts.
yeah, I
movies.
believe 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of blew up, especially from the first one.
Yeah.
First one was really good.
I
and
liked the
I
first
only
one,
saw,
The
I
second
only saw
one-
the trailer for it, never the movie though.
No,
I
you've
gotta
never
check
seen
it
the
out.
movie, huh?
No,
It's
never.
a spectacle for sure, but at the middle mark or so, it kind of gets repetitive. I'll be honest.
I do agree with that point. One thing I would say is the graphics were really amazing, and
Yes.
the creatures were really cool. I like the deep dive of like the actual facts of like the mystical creatures of the universe and stuff
absolutely.
like that.
That's
compared to just like a plot of like, oi, we need to go save the stones and get the stones from the
Oi,
chambers.
Oi, Harry. Speaking
Harry.
of plot, though, let's get into the plot of this
Yeah.
first movie.
Okay.
Essentially, we got Albus Dumbledore. He's this great wise wizard. He's walking through this place called Privet Drive at night, and he sees this cat who shapeshifts into Professor McGonagall, is who he calls her, right? And they are discussing, this baby named Harry, and they're like, is this really the best place for him, right? We don't know it at the time, but they're talking about Harry's aunt and uncle, Harry's mom's sister.
The Dunsleys.
The Dunsleys, that's
the
correct.
Dursleys, the Dursleys.
Dursleys. There we go.
The Dunsleys.
Thank you, Mr.
No,
T.
they are dunces though. They really are.
They are.
A little
Oh,
bit.
God.
We got Harry's cousin. That's Dudley Dursley.
Dudley.
Yep.
Yeah.
What a
And
terrible name.
Then you got Vernon Dursley, and Aunt Petunia. That's
Aunt
his
Petunia.
aunt.
Petunia. She
Yeah.
was the worst in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, I will say they did redeem her at the last movie and in the last book as well.
Oh, really? I don't
Yeah.
remember that part. It's been a
Me
while
neither.
since
It's
I've seen
about
this.
we'll get that, and we'll get to that. You know,
We're talking about the
during
first one,
Yeah,
guys.
this is the
First.
first one. So yeah, I agree. Petunia is definitely one of the more, one of the antagonists, one of the haters to Harry. You know,
Definitely.
more than Voldemort, really. Like,
Genuinely,
Yeah, no, for real.
His upcoming was more difficult because of Aunt Petunia than Voldemort in his 4 battles that he did with him. Really,
literally.
Yeah, and he was always going through like these different situations with his family, and after a while, he just
they literally made him live in an
Yeah.
not an attic, but what was it?
Cupboard.
Crawl
Oh, like a
space.
yeah, a
cupboard.
cupboard under the stairs is
Yeah.
what it's
Yep.
called.
There's like a meme
Yeah.
on Instagram that's like a $10,000 apartment in New York be like, and it's just that Harry
Harry's
Potter
room.
Literally.
like 7.
He like holding his little wand in there,
Yeah.
and that's
We're
awesome.
making light of this, but in all seriousness, Harry was abused as a child.
Poor child.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
They didn't
Poor
feed
Harry.
him. They
No,
didn't,
yeah.
no. It was in the book. It was very dramatic.
It
For
was way
real.
worse in the book than how the movie portrayed it. Like Harry, all of his things were basically passed down from Dudley. They didn't fit him. You know, he was always wearing big clothes. He was starved. Like Jacob said, they didn't feed him.
Not always. I mean, of course, they had to keep him alive.
Well, no,
you know?
there was like a good 2 days.
Yeah, that's
sometimes,
what I'm
or-
trying to say.
yeah,
It was like
yeah.
they kept him alive, but
But that's the
it
bare
wasn't. It
minimum,
wasn't
you
great.
know?
Yeah, bare minimum
Exactly.
requirements really for this guy. Just because it was her sister's kid.
Exactly.
Yep.
And there's actually a whole reason that Harry had to live there, and that gets explored later down the line, which we'll probably get to when we get to that movie that explains it. Yada yada
I
yada.
think that's the third one,
Second or
right?
third, yeah.
Or was it the fourth?
I believe it's actually the sixth.
Oh dang!
yeah,
They waited until the
a
end
little
to
bit
really.
later.
That's probably why they
Yeah.
saved
Well, I
Petunia
think
to
it
the
gets
end.
explained a bit earlier in the books, but then in the movies it doesn't really. I don't think it gets explained really at all in the
In
movies.
in part 2, part 1 a little bit in Deathly Hallows, I remember.
A little bit.
I won't spoil it yet, but we'll go into that.
Yeah, we need to talk about number
Deathly
one.
Hallows,
So what?
but-
So what else happens, Ethan? About that, like the intro. We have him at his house with his
so-
aunt and uncle.
He ends up getting this letter one day, and it says, to Mr. H. Potter, to the cupboard under the stairs.
That's right.
We'd like to invite you to Hogwarts, right?
Hey.
But before he can really open it, Aunt Petunia and Uncle Vernon, they both see it, and Dudley snatches it. They're like, hey, no, nuh-uh. They don't mess with magic because Petunia was jealous growing up of her sister who got magical abilities.
She knew about it. She knew that her sister was a witch.
She
And
was
in
jealous.
the books, Petunia tried to write to Albus Dumbledore. She tried to get into Hogwarts,
Wow.
and they said no.
Yeah,
we can't.
They denied her,
I
yeah.
remember that in the books. And then another really fun fact that they did it in the movie was, of course, it was delivered by an owl.
Yes.
Yep.
I came and he was like, "What? What is this?" And he.
And
And
it
that's a
literally
big
old
just kept
stamp with a
increasing
H.
exponentially. Like after a while, it was just like thousands of owls around their house.
Yeah, they were
and
tripping.
thousands of letters coming in to the point where they left their house. And in the books,
Yeah. 'Cause
it's
the
not
par-
as dramatic, but yeah.
Yeah, the reason why there was so many letters sent to his house was because his parents were holding it from him, or his guardian parents.
Yeah,
and
and
they.
uncle.
Oh,
That's
like
right.
over the years, yeah.
Yeah, well, over the summer, they didn't
over
want
the
him to
summer.
know
Yeah.
about it, and it got to the the week before he was supposed to go, and then they sent literally 1,000 letters all at once
Literally
just to make sure
stacking
he
up.
would see it.
But then they ended up, the aunt and uncle moved, the whole family out to this deserted island out in the middle of the sea, basically. It was way less
forgot about
dramatic
that,
in
yeah.
the
Yeah,
books.
me too.
But essentially, right, Harry's celebrating his birthday. He draws he's sleeping on the ground, which is all sandy and, it's bad. And he's drawing himself a little birthday cake. He wishes himself happy birthday. It's really sad. And as soon as he blows out the candles, that he drew into the sand,
The imaginary candles.
big man walks in.
Imagine.
Imagine, no,
They were
literally.
real, but
No, yeah.
Nah, but a big man walks in, Mr. Hagrid. Rubius Hagrid.
Rubius Hagrid.
Yes, part giant, part human.
Yep.
that's right. He's also a wizard himself, and he instead of using a wand, he uses a staff.
Yeah, a little umbrella.
Oh, umbrella. That's right.
Yeah.
Right. That's right. Thank
It's
you.
Basically, his staff wand. It's kind of
He
all
walks
three in
around with
one.
it 24/7.
It's very
Yeah.
versatile.
And-
Imagine if it was like an umbrella gun too. He's just like, Just
He
straight-
kind of because the first
straight
bit
up
of magic he uses is
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
shooting the
low-key, he
fire
does.
and starting it.
What I'm trying to say is like he like straight up pulls up with the ops. It's like bah, bah, bah.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oi, here's I'm a wizard."
Expecto AK-47.
Right.
Or Harry, you're a
That's,
wizard.
that's actually hilarious.
But Hagrid is actually the person who picked up Harry when Voldemort actually slayed Harry's parents. There's a whole prophecy around it. We'll get to that later. But Hagrid picked up Harry and drove him on this flying motorbike to, as a baby, to the aunt and uncles, met up with Albus and McGonagall at the start of the movie. But now Harry's 11, and Hagrid's coming and retrieving him, saying, "Oi, Harry, you're a wizard." Now, the famous line, "You're a wizard, Harry."
Became such a big meme. You're a wizard. You're a Harry wizard.
You're a Harry wizard.
Yeah, it became a reverse meme.
Literally.
He
I love
became
that.
Butcher Dumbledore.
Yeah.
A little bit, just not as violent.
No, no,
Honestly,
just the sound,
yeah.
the accent a little,
The accent a little, the
Yeah.
look, the beard.
the English accent. Yeah,
Hagrid could not hurt a fly, though.
no.
Okay, it's gonna kind of be a 180 real quick, but we'll jump right back into it. Lord of the Rings wizards look kind of completely different to the idea of our Harry Potter wizards.
Yeah.
They don't use staffs really or anything like that. They compel it through their body and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, Gandalf sometimes uses
Yeah, he
staff.
did have his staff until it broke,
Yeah.
which
That's true.
But he still was
shall
able to
not
use his magic
pass.
afterwards, which was really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. What if you guys had to pick between the two wizardry worlds really quick? Which one do you think's cooler?
Low key for the vibes, I would say Harry Potter, because in Lord of the Rings, you're going through these like different locations on the map, and like same with Harry Potter, but at least you can.
It was
play,
based around a school.
based
Yeah.
around the school, and
I
you
feel
can
like-
you can have relationships, and what's
Yeah.
that game called? Quidditch. You can play
Oh,
Quidditch
yeah.
and
For sure.
just post up with the gang. So
No,
I think
feel
I'll
like
choose Harry
in
Potter.
about you,
Harry
Eden?
Potter, there's like a more definitive magic system, and in Lord
For
of
sure.
the Rings, it's kind of like I don't know. I might not just know as much about Lord of the Rings magic system, but it feels a bit more willy nilly than Harry Potter. Like with Harry Potter,
From what I know a little bit is like the wizards, they compel their powers completely different. It's like from age.
and that's why they get like Gandalf the Grey, Swan the
It'll-
White,
yeah.
Radagast the Brown,
And then,
Brown.
there's the elves and all these
the
different
dwarves
the
and everything
and-
else. But Harry Potter keeps it. I mean, they got magical creatures and stuff.
No, of course, yeah.
But usually they stick to creatures,
creatures
Like, there's goblins.
Goblin. I was gonna say
Yeah.
goblins, like
Dobby,
huge
the house
spiders.
elf.
Yeah, Dobby.
Dobby.
Elves. Say that again. Do it again.
Dobby, Harry Potter's friend.
No way.
Let's go in the comment section down below to let us know what you think of
Down
Andrew's
below.
impressions.
I gotta say that was a 9.
Yeah,
Thank
that-
you so
That was
much.
great. I'd say maybe 8.9 out of 10. That
I'll
was
take
pretty
it.
darn close.
God bless.
I'll just give you a 9.
Hey,
you
let's
know.
go. We'll round up.
But anyways,
Let's jump
Hagrid
right back into it.
Yeah, Hagrid acquires the Harry, right? And he but
like
there
that.
has to be in every Harry Potter film there has to be that big moment that introduces everybody to a lot of magic and it's like, "Whoa, that's awesome." Diagon Alley was that moment for the first movie, right?
What part is that again? I
You
don't.
remind
It's
me.
at the beginning, right? And they go to
Oh.
the brick wall. Hagrid taps
Yes.
it, and the brick wall unfolds.
yes.
And he sees a whole street of wizards.
That's really like how it starts the movie. Everybody's like, "Wait,
the
whoa."
music is perfect. The atmosphere is perfect.
I think the costumes and design was really well in the
Beautiful.
first one.
Oh yeah,
Facts.
The
I feel
color
like-
scheme.
Yeah, they dull the color scheme in later movies, which I can see like going from a really color. And I mean, in later movies they are going through a war, so that's kind of the reason why that happened.
True.
Right? There was a whole. It's basically
facts.
Wizard World War II for them.
Practically.
Right? They're growing up in this time where Voldemort's trying to take over again.
Yep.
But
And the Dark
Voldemort
Wizards.
is a very bad man.
literally, yeah. And we'll see him a little bit later in this film, but for now, the magic is whimsy. It's colorful. It's beautiful. It's new.
It's
right?
vibrant.
Exactly.
Definitely.
And Harry gets brought to Gringotts, this bank, right? And he where all these goblins are, and Hagrid, he's keeping some business tight. He's keeping it, on the hush. But he picks up the stone, right? And it's the Sorcerer's Stone or the Philosopher's Stone, whichever you want to call it.
America.
American Stone.
No, that's crazy, guys.
That's-
Continue.
that's
Ethan, sorry.
wild.
I love this narration, by the way.
Yeah, me
Keep
too.
going.
Thank you. But essentially, right after they acquire the stone, Harry finds out he's quite rich. And actually, it's explained in the books that his family had a long line of hair care products, and that's why Harry is rich to the bone.
No way.
Yeah,
Hey,
the
let's
Potter
go.
hair products.
Dude.
Harry Potter's
Keeping
a
it real.
business magnet out here
Yeah.
without
But,
even knowing it.
I
No,
like how
literally.
like they kept all the wealth for Harry
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
and not the cousins and stuff like that.
Well, Harry, I don't think has any cousins. He has like.
I meant like the people that raised him.
Oh, yes, you're right. Actually,
The
Dursley,
extended family.
obviously,
yeah,
he
I
has
was about
cousins.
to say. I was
yeah.
like, what do you mean, man?
I'm tripping.
Bro's not a
right.
fan.
No, I forgot about the Dursley. I mean, how could I not forget about the
Dursley.
Dursleys?
Literally, we
Dunsleys.
talked about it 2
The
minutes ago.
Dunsleys. They're forgettable people. They're
They
mu-
really
they're
That's a really good
muggles.
point, actually.
That is
you
very
you
good
sold
point.
me there.
They are muggles. For anybody who doesn't know, muggles in the Harry Potter world are people who don't know magic, who
Yep.
can't perform magic. You got wizards and muggles.
Ordinary peoples.
Y'all are muggles. Y'all, all of y'all. But after, Hagrid shows Harry around Diagon Alley, tells him about Voldemort, right? This dark wizard who ended up rising to power.
Told him about his origin a little bit and how he actually got attacked because he's
On
a
Halloween
prophet.
night.
On
Yeah.
Halloween night.
There's a prophet and there's a prophecy that he is the one that's going to be able to stop Voldemort.
Because apparently he has the power the Dark Lord knows not, is what it is.
Because
He's
apparently-
really the chosen one.
Yeah. He literally, yeah.
That's exactly what it is. And then they also, of course, give him his books for schooling, his wand, and in the movie, I think they did a really good job like portraying the
Yeah.
fact that he's picking out his stuff.
Yeah, he has 3 different ones. Oh, we forgot to mention his scar. He has a whole lightning bolt scar.
That's because of
Yeah.
Voldemort trying to attack him as a
Yes,
baby.
but his
Yep.
mother placed a protection, just literally her amount of love that she had for Harry ended up protecting Harry
right.
from the death curse.
Yeah.
And, that's the power.
That's literally what it is, guys.
Oh, if I
That's
can
the
find
spell.
that gif of that
Yeah, I
dude
know-
with the
I know exactly what you're
I'm
talking
gonna
about.
put that up there. You know.
Okay, guys, if
Ball
you
knowledge.
viewers, if you've seen the movies and you've seen the ending movies, the Deathly Hallows, you guys have seen Voldemort, and you see how he portrays his little wand. The way he does it's so funny, guys.
It's hilarious.
The man with no nose.
Literally, in the books, he had a nose. Like, I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, I think it was just they wanted to make him look scary and not
Yeah.
alive.
They wanted to make him look reptilian.
That's
Because
so
he's
weird.
Slytherin.
I guess.
And he's the heir of Slytherin.
Slytherin, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess if you come back, you're gonna look like what you're
He's
supposed
like
to
all
be.
of the darkness embodied into one character.
It's
He's
almost
the Dark
as-
Lord.
He is the
It's
Dark
almost
Lord.
as if when Anakin becomes Vader, he loses all his limbs.
No,
he
for
gets like a
real.
dark emo fit. No,
I was going to say, I already know who's going to win this. I don't know why I'm asking this in the first place, but who has the most aura, Voldemort or Darth Vader?
oh Darth Vader.
Darth Vader
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, I knew.
Okay.
So after, Harry gets the explanation about Voldy, he hops on the train, and that's where the magic really begins.
Well, and for the movies, that was a really big scene because 9.5 quarters, that's the station.
Yes.
It's not technically meant for the public, not for the muggles. So it's called 9.5 quarters.
Or 9 and 3 quarters.
9 and 3
9 and
quarters.
3
Thank
quarters.
you. Sorry, I got that decimal wrong, guys.
All good.
But it's pretty much like this wall they walk through. Like they literally walk
Yeah.
through a brick wall,
Yeah.
and
And they go with
so
like a
good.
shopping cart and they're like,
yes, that was such a
Yes.
classic scene for the
Yeah.
first movie.
Yeah.
And then it's actually a what would be the word?
Yeah, teleporter.
Yeah, like a wall, like a hole in the wall.
Transports you to a different train station.
Yeah,
Like a
that
portal.
takes them to Hogwarts.
Like a portal.
Yeah,
in
the
the wall.
Hogwarts Express is what the train is called.
Hey.
And all the kids, they say goodbye to their parents. Harry doesn't really say goodbye to anyone. He hops in a cart, and Ron, we see a redhead kid. He knocks on the door. He says, "Is this cart full?"
Ron Weasley.
Mr. Round Weas.
Ron Weasley. Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, do you have a bottle of water?
But they end up getting along just over the course of the train ride, eating a bunch of candy.
Yeah,
'cause-
it was
They're-
called Chocolate
they're-
Frogs.
Yeah, chocolate
Yeah,
frogs.
they're
they had
munching on some chocolate frogs.
Bertie Bott's every flavored beans. A bunch of jelly beans.
What's the beer?
Bogey flavor.
It's not beer, but it's
Butterbeer.
like butterbeer.
Yes.
Hey.
They tried that. It
Yes.
was delicious.
I've tried it in real life.
Oh,
and it's
really?
really
What do you
good.
think about it?
It's really good. Yeah.
Ooh, right on. We got to
Absolutely.
try it.
I wonder what that recipe got.
My mom made it from home. Shout out, Mom. She loves the Harry Potter series.
Then wait, so
Hey.
what would be the recipe if do you know it or no?
I
okay,
don't
no.
know, yeah,
dang,
no.
never mind.
Nah, but one day I'll have to learn.
We'll,
Yeah.
we'll have to gander after this episode
For
how to
real.
make it.
Gander's a good word. I like
Yeah.
that.
You got Ron and Harry on the cart. They're just enjoying their time, right? Ron introduces Harry to his pet rat Scabbers, right? Scabbers will become important later on, but we're not going to talk about that.
I forgot about his pet.
Yeah,
his,
same.
his pet becomes very important later on, like really. So keep an eye on him. But then Hermione knocks on the door. She has some words to say, performs some magic off the bat, already like
She knows what she's doing.
Exactly.
She's kind of a
prodigy.
nerd a little bit
Yeah.
too.
She's showing the sauce off rip.
Yep.
No, literally, she's a prodigy. Fixes Harry's glasses, realizes he's Harry, and then calls Ron out for having dirt on his nose.
She really was an op in the first movie. If you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
No, but she like saves it in the end.
But yeah, I feel like her
she
energy
redeemed.
was true and good, but at the same time, like Ron said, she needs to sort out her priorities. Right? She'd rather
you go.
she'd
That's so
rather
real.
in the
Ron
movie
is
she'd
so
rather
real.
die than get expelled. Think about that.
Dang, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
And
is wildin'.
she comes from a Muggle family, so her parents aren't wizards. Ron, he comes from a long line of wizards, right? He basically has like 7, 8, basically Jacob over here.
And fun fact is, like, in the wizardly world, if you have one Muggle parent and one wizardly parent, you're like a half-blood,
Yeah.
and everybody kind of discriminates on you.
And if you have 2 Muggle parents, you're a mudblood.
Yeah,
Mudblood,
and
yeah.
that's like the best thing.
No, that's bad.
Oh,
the
mudblood.
bad,
Sorry,
yeah.
you're right.
Well, I
my
mean,
bad.
not bad, but
I meant pure. I thought you said pure blood for some
No,
reason.
yeah, pure
Pure
blood,
blood is when you
them's-
got 2 wizard parents.
yeah,
in your family.
them's the problem. That's Draco Malfoy right
Yup.
there.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
That guy, bro.
His dad is a menace as well.
Nah, for Lucius Malfoy.
Lucius Malfoy.
Lucius. I
Lucius.
can't believe his name is Lucius. That's crazy.
Yes,
That is a
indeed.
weird name. British names, people.
I'm
No, that's
saying.
crazy.
But, they arrive after the train, and Hagrid pulls them, towards these boats, and they pull up to Hogwarts. The grand reveal. It's beautiful.
They walk into this big room where it would be the dining hall. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in that moment, they were using it for the sorting hat.
Yes.
The initiation of the
And-
Hogwarts.
Literally.
Literally, yeah. And in Hogwarts, there's 4 houses that you're sorted into.
That's right.
And I won't say they're like against each other, except for Slytherin. Slytherin's kind of the bullies or the
Slytherin are kind of the ops.
yeah. They prioritize in cunning and keeping to like I guess just cunning is like the main word.
Devious.
Devious.
They have
yeah.
ego.
Trickery, ego. Yep. On the contrary,
Pride.
Tomfoolery.
Gryffindor. That's bravery, sacrifice,
Perseverance.
Yep. Also, kind of seen as the jocks of the school, though.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the Quidditch team.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. And then you got what is it? Ravenclaw, the blue one.
Like the
And-
nerds,
yeah.
the real smart people.
Brainiacs, and then Hufflepuff is where all the rest of the people go, or the loyal people.
They're like the people person.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're socialites for sure. I don't know if
Definitely.
that's the right word actually.
I,
Probably
it
not.
sounds
Probably
right.
close, yeah.
Harry has a couple of classes, but Quidditch is a big part and a big play of the Harry Potter series.
High stakes sport.
Yeah,
That's right. It's,
oh, go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
So you got everybody has their own brooms. I think there's like 7 players on each team.
Flying brooms,
Yep.
by the way,
Yeah,
like a witch broom.
flying.
And they're
Exactly.
called the Golden Snitch.
Yeah, so the golden
That's what
snitch is
the-
a ball,
the
right?
ball is, yeah.
Yeah, and there's actually 3 balls. A quaffle, which is like the main, hitting one. Then you got a beater, I think, a beater ball.
Yeah.
And then you got the golden snitch, which flies around, has wings, very iconic looking ball in the Harry
Correct.
Potter series. And Harry, he becomes the Seeker, right? After they're going through their first lesson of Quidditch series, Draco steals something of Neville, a side character who ends up becoming important later on. But Harry tries to fly up and go get it back from Draco, and it proves him as this, brave, it proves him as a Gryffindor, right?
That's right.
And he ends up
Valiant.
getting it back, and McGonagall, she's a teacher at the school, but she was also, there during the night that he was dropped off at his aunt and uncle's. She sees him flying on his broom and recruits him on the Gryffindor team as the youngest Seeker ever.
That's
And
right.
Harry, he's kind of putting a name for himself up there.
He's really
already.
just a prodigy already.
Oh yeah.
And a
at
fun
this point.
fact about the way the Quidditch game works is like, they're with one of the balls they're trying to make a goalpost, and that gives you points. But the whole point of the Seeker is they're trying to get the little snitch.
Yes.
And when it's caught finally, that's the end of the game.
Yes.
So that's like the game will continue forever until someone catches it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think forever, but it'll basically just cut the game short, essentially.
Good point. You're right. So like if
But-
you're in a lead and you get it, that's the way the game could end.
Yeah, but they're long games because each point is like 10 if you score it. But like there's like apparently in the 4th book, the Quidditch World Cup goes up to like 180 scores or something.
That's
Yo,
wild.
yeah.
yeah, like
Professionals.
it's a lot. Yeah,
Hours and hours.
I'm saying, and it's a big. I'm just saying, I'd love to be a Quidditch player.
Oh,
It'd
that'd
crazy.
be fun. Yeah, to fly and
Yeah.
just get points.
One thing I want to bring up though is Severus Snape.
Yes, the
op.
posting teacher.
Yes,
He really is the op in
He
the
is the
first
op,
one.
yeah.
In the first
but
book.
over time we kind of see his true character.
Right, but
And-
we're talking about the first.
Yeah, first one, kind of a bully to Harry in all
Yeah.
this.
Out of all the teachers, he's super stern.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't let nobody turn in no late work or anything, and it has to be perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the most critical of Harry.
Correct.
And yeah, there's just something that's hiding deep down that we'll find out later. But yeah, it's detrimental
Yeah.
for Harry.
we won't go into his backstory
This
right
is only
now.
the
No,
first,
no.
first
Later on.
book, first movie
Mm-hmm.
today.
So you get basically what we get while watching the movie.
Yeah.
But you got the gang, Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Well, on Halloween night, a professor, his name is Quirrell, Professor Quirrell. Harry met him earlier with Hagrid, right? Going through Diagon Alley, but Professor Quirrell runs in. He says, "Troll! Troll in the dungeon! I thought you ought to know." And then faints, right? Iconic scene, right? He's this, coward. He's supposedly the defense against the dark arts. So he's the guy who should be handling this troll, but he's running in, fainting,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's selling.
being a bum. And essentially, Hermione, she's off by herself. Ron said something that made her cry. And the troll ends up getting released and goes after her. And Ron and Harry have to go find her and save her.
That's correct.
Indeed.
And they do. They do. And it solidifies the friendship as the Golden Trio.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and of course, they had to come back next year, and then they started their second year, second book, and they already got that trio.
Yeah. The bond is already there in the first film and first book. So
Exactly. I mean, Christopher Columbus, he went through like thousands of kids to go to compare, one by one, all three. They had different people for Hermione, different people for Harry, different people for Ron, all kind of mixing and matching to see who had the best chemistry. And those three, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint, and Daniel Radcliffe, all got the parts.
Who's your favorite character in the first book?
I'd have to say Hagrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
brings it in. He brings the whimsy in,
I would say Hagrid as well because he's the saving grace for Harry.
Yeah.
And when he's in a bad position and with a family that doesn't truly love him, his uncle and his aunt detrimental towards Harry. So and also the cousin, what's his name?
Oh, Dudley. Yeah.
Dudley.
So, yeah.
My favorite character would be the comedic relief, Ron Weasley,
Hey, yes.
Harry Potter's best friend.
Yes.
I think he just does a really good job in the first book, and, especially the book itself. Reading,
I totally
he's really funny, and I think it kept the book moving along.
Yeah, in the movies they kind of made him more dumb, kind of downplayed his actions in the books. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, gave a lot of his smarts to Hermione.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he was, of course, he struggled a little bit on the spell side in the first and second book.
Well, actually, he grew up in a wizard family. He
Oh,
actually
you're
had
right.
it-
So he does have that
yeah.
backbone.
But then in the second, I think, book and movie, his wand breaks, so he starts just
That's right. That was
backfiring.
detrimental.
Yeah, no, for real.
Facts.
But we're starting to kind of get low on time here, but I do want to talk about the ending a little bit, right?
Okay, go for it.
So the stone that we brought up, right? Hagrid, way back in Gringotts, when Harry was seeing his money, trying to get stuff for his school supplies, he saw Hagrid grab the stone, and some thoughts had been circulating Harry's brain, and they saw Severus Snape kind of do some Snoopy things. The puzzle
Snoopy,
pieces.
Snoopy.
No, for real. He's
Snoop
kind
Dogg.
of Snoopy.
That's crazy.
He's Snoopy Snapey.
Okay.
But the pieces are starting to fall together, and Harry and the gang, the Golden Trio, think that Snape is after the stone to try to get power, right?
Okay.
And they're kids, so they don't really know much of going on. And earlier in the book, when Harry was playing Quidditch, right, his broom started just going crazy, going commando.
Meandering all over the
Yeah,
place.
That's
literally.
right. Not his control. He didn't do it on purpose.
And across the way, Hermione used her binoculars and saw that Snape, he was mouthing a spell, right? So she stopped, set fire to his robes. Right.
Oh yeah, in the crowd.
Exactly, yeah. And, they put a stop to it, put a distraction there to, let Harry continue the game, and they won, right? And Harry won by swallowing the snitch, by the way. It's disgusting.
That's how he caught it.
But, they realize that somebody's after this stone, so they try and go find it. There's this 3-headed dog that they have to get past, have to put to sleep. But they go through these 3 challenges. In the book, it's like 5 or 6 challenges. It's a lot more. But
Yeah.
in the movie, the first one is called Devil's Snare. It's this like vine growth that wraps around them, and in order to get out,
Oh, yes.
Lumos.
they need to basically shine the light. Exactly, Lumos. It's weird. They brought up that spell like prominently in the third movie, but they didn't say the name of that spell in that original movie. It was a different spell in the first movie. But
Really? I
overall,
didn't know
that
the
spell is Lumos because you're
Yeah.
bringing light. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's, the light spell.
Yeah, but in the first movie, I don't think they even said anything during
In
the
the
spell.
book,
I
they
don't
say
think so.
Lumos, though.
Oh yeah, in the movie
I think
though,
they said
don't. Yeah.
Leviosa in the first.
That's for levitation spells.
Levitation. Yeah.
A lot of iconic spells. Wingardium Leviosa for levitation, Lumos Maxima for high amounts of light on your wand, Avada Kedavra. I mean, the list goes on.
Yeah.
But once they get out of the vines, Harry has to get on a broom, find a key, get to the next room, and then they get to Wizard's Chess. My favorite scene in this whole movie.
Okay.
Oh my
Facts.
gosh, by far. It's this big chessboard made by Professor McGonagall.
Yeah, that was a classic scene.
That was classic.
And how Wizard's Chess plays out is each piece, once they get to a spot where they can take up the next piece in front of them, they start moving and they just break that piece, right? We saw a mini version getting played by Ron and Harry earlier in the movie, right? But Ron, he puts himself on as the knight, right? Harry's the king, Hermione's the queen, or I think Hermione's the bishop, actually. But they're all on this chessboard, and they all have to get through. And Ron makes the sacrifice play. He says, or no, it goes, Ron, no! Hermione, once I make my move, Harry will be free to check the king.
That's crazy. I forgot that line.
No!
Ron, no.
So
That's
iconic.
such a fire line.
It blew up on TikTok. But anyways, Harry gets to the end, all through the trials. Right?
Trials and tribulations.
And he's expecting to see Snape, right? At this mirror of Erised. Harry went to it earlier in the movie and saw his parents in the mirror, showed Ron, and basically the mirror, it's Erised, it's desire spelled backwards, right? So it shows the user what they desire in the mirror. And the person he expects is Snape, but instead it's Professor Quirrell. This meek little, guy who's too scared to fight a troll. But he's
Supposedly.
Supposedly, yep.
He's wearing this turban. And he unwraps it, and you got freaking Back Ashley from The Boys. You got Voldemort and
Bashley.
Bashley.
That's crazy. Yeah.
It's back face Voldemort. It's Voldemort.
Yeah. Voldemort.
Yeah, indeed.
It's so disgusting. What did y'all think
Voldemort.
of that?
That was gross.
Detrimental.
I was like, oh, that's how they decided to do it.
It's terrible. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, that's the Dark Lord, all right, sure.
Yes.
But it's funny. The only glimpse we really see of him is as the back of somebody else's face.
Yeah, good point.
Like
That's-
at least in the first
in the,
movie.
In the first movie, yes. Yeah, I love the first movie overall, though. It brings a charm, that OG charm, 2001. So, and then later on, the movies got even better, in my
Exactly.
opinion.
They got
Yeah.
better, and it created a franchise.
Yeah, and they got more
Indeed.
serious. And this movie was the opening to this world, introducing people into this fantasy and into this, I guess, this just insane environment. And
Yeah.
then, later on, you actually get to, instead of getting introduced into this environment, you get to connect with the characters. You get to see these characters grow. Honestly, some of them pass.
And with the books, she did a good job writing it. Really like connect kids and young teenagers. Just the way she wrote, like I said, it was like almost like a script, almost like
Yeah.
because the way she was able to write and just have the characters fluently talk to one another and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It really just developed a great overall universe, in my opinion.
Yeah, she wrote it in a really interactive way,
Yeah.
where the audience can imagine it, reading it, or watching the movie. So yeah,
I mean, Christopher Columbus and Warner Bros. Studios, they put that book to life. Like, they
Genuinely.
really
Yeah.
put as much detail, as much thought, and as much care as they could into every little thing of that movie.
very thorough.
And J.K., she was also there to help film it and direct it. So she really made sure that it wasn't going to get rid of,
The original
destroyed by the
version.
original idea. And
Yeah.
it stick to, like, the book and the script, and it didn't get lost to Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. One of my favorite lines from the books, if I can remember it, it's something along the lines of Albus Dumbledore, the head of the school. He probably the most powerful wizard in the world.
Shout out Dumbledore.
Shout out Dumbledore, played by Richard Harrison in the first two movies. he
I
says
didn't
a
realize
line.
they changed the actor. Wow.
Well, he passed in the second
passed.
after the second movie.
Yeah.
Michael Gambon replaced,
Michael
or not
Gambon.
replaced, but took on the role.
Right,
after. But one of my favorite lines Albus says to Harry is, "Well, you know, the battle of you and Voldemort happened under the school and happened in complete secrecy. So naturally, the whole school and the whole wizarding world knows." That's one of my favorite lines. Like, that's how the wizarding world works. If something happens, everybody knows about it.
Yeah.
They're gonna find out.
Great. Yeah, and I think that just encapsulates, you know, the type of world and environment that Harry is coming into, and the type of world and environment that J.K. Rowling and Warner Bros. Christopher Columbus built for this.
That's a very
universe.
good point.
What's everybody's house?
Yeah, I was gonna say before we
Ooh.
cut out into break,
Yes.
let's hear each other's houses.
Yeah, go ahead, Ethan.
I'm a Gryffindor. I've been tested multiple times. I've gone to like different Harry Potter worlds, you know, Universal Studios. I've had the hat on me,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
every time, like 8 different times, it said Gryffindor. So I'm
All
a
right.
Gryffindor through and
What about
through.
you, Andrew?
I would say Gryffindor for me as well.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are gonna hate me because I'm a Slytherin. Every time I've ever tested, I've always been a Slytherin.
Well,
Yeah.
real quick, Andrew, why are you a Gryffindor? I want to hear this. And then Jacob, you'll explain
Go
why
for
you're
it.
Slytherin.
I would say because the Gryffindors, they have like enlightenment and also like information that can be useful later on, like going in the forests or going to these different places within the story. So I think I'd be a Gryffindor. They got the sauce.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
I would say
Okay.
I'm a Slytherin because I do like the fact that they're always on their toes a little
Yeah.
bit, and they got drip.
Yeah,
Loki, they got
okay.
the drip, and
Loki,
You like the green?
yeah, the green and black looks good. And also I love Severus Snape actually,
Ooh.
and I think some of the most best characters that like you think you'd hate them, and like they have a lot of hatred. They actually round out to becoming some of the best characters.
I mean, Draco Malfoy has a very slow, albeit, but a redemption arc,
right,
nonetheless.
and same with Severus Snape and
Yeah.
a couple other Slytherins. So like I think they have the best developed characters in my opinion. So I gotta say
yeah, for
I'm
sure.
Slytherin.
That's very
And
valid.
every test I've ever done was Slytherin for me.
Slytherin.
So
Heck yeah. Yeah, 2 Gryffindors and a Slytherin. There you go.
Yes,
Let
indeed.
us know what your house is down in the comments down below. But ultimately, if y'all liked our Harry Potter breakdown, let us know. And if y'all want to see more different kinds of breakdowns or more Harry Potter breakdowns, let us know. We got our
Let us
Star
know.
Wars videos and retrospectives coming, and our The Boys videos coming tonight.
After Hours episode.
After hours. This is the
pop
Culture.
outlet. And we hope
stay
you enjoyed our
tuned for
video.
next Friday.
Yes.
Stay tuned and
6 to 7.
watch our new episode tonight after hours. Let's go.